What about the 1955 DeSoto?
Introduction. The DeSoto was an automobile division of the Chrysler Corporation, named after the Spanish conquistador, Hernando de Soto. First conceived in 1928, the DeSoto was intended to be a mid-priced offering to fill the gap between the low-cost Plymouth line and the luxurious Chrysler line of automobiles. Later in 1928, Walter P. Chrysler purchased Dodge from Dillon, Reed and Company. The acquisition of the already established Dodge brand led to the decision to push the DeSoto line into the low-mid-priced field, with Dodge being the upper mid-priced line. In 1929, DeSoto sold 81,065 units, which was a first-year sales record the brand held until 1960. In an attempt to boost Dodge sales, Chrysler Corporation switched the hierarchy of the Dodge and DeSoto lines, making DeSoto the new upper mid-priced line in 1933. Design. Fast forward to 1955. DeSoto's offerings, like all of Chrysler's divisions that year, were part of the forward-look styling created by automobile designer Virgil Exner. These designs were iconically mid-century, having almost all the classic elements one would come to expect from a 1950s automobile. The new design was much sleeker, lower, and exciting-looking, compared to DeSoto's earlier offerings, which were more practical and utilitarian, like a pair of sensible shoes. The only classic 1950s element lacking in DeSoto's 1955 design was tail fins, which appeared a year later. In 1955, DeSoto carried over the distinctive, toothy, chrome grille that proved to be very popular with young custom car builders of the 1950s and early 1960s. The attractive styling could be enhanced with several two-tone color choices, which included surf white, emberglow, Jamaica bronze, and Avon blue, among others. The top-of-the-line trim available that year was the Coronado, which offered a three-tone color choice. The attractive and popular two-door hardtop arrangement was available in 1955, with a four-door hardtop available in 1956. A rather unusual design element for 1955 was that the wheel covers were embossed with the abbreviated DES rather than the whole word DeSoto. Comparison. Living up to its status as an upper-mid-priced automobile line, DeSoto offered a good array of luxury options for the time. Power windows were available, as was power seats, power brakes, power steering, and air conditioning. A waterproof ignition, sway bars, dual exhausts, and Solex safety glass were also available. According to the February 1955 issue of Popular Mechanics, price comparisons for 1955 show that DeSoto's ranged between $2,498 and $3,151, making DeSoto most comparable to Oldsmobiles, in price. DeSotos were generally larger and wider than both Oldsmobile's 88s and 98s, furthermore, road tests at the time gave DeSoto the edge in handling over Oldsmobiles. 57% of DeSoto owners cited handling as the most liked attribute of the car. 70% of owners that year said they would buy another DeSoto and 67% of owners gave the car an excellent rating overall. Performance. 1955 DeSotos came with two engine choices, the 185 horsepower Fire Dome V8 and the 200 horsepower Fireflight V8. Both of these engines were part of Chrysler Corporation's famous first-generation Hemi engines. These engines featured a hemispherical combustion chamber, which was said to more efficiently burn the fuel-oxygen mixture, leading to more horsepower and less carbon buildup. The Hemi engine quickly became a favorite with drag racers and hot rodders and is popular to this day. Two transmissions were also available, a 3-speed manual and the Powerflight automatic transmission. The 2-speed Powerflight was introduced the previous year and was considered a simple and durable transmission that remained in production until 1960. In 1955, Americans were choosing automatic transmissions more often, with an estimated 55% being sold industry-wide as compared to manual gearboxes. Luxury models were equipped with automatics as much as 80% of the time. In a Motor Trend road test in 1955, a DeSoto Fireflight equipped with the 200 horsepower Hemi and Powerflight transmission ran from 0 to 60 in 12.8 seconds and a standing quarter mile in 19.2 seconds. Its braking was considered much improved over previous years and braking performance was estimated to be better than other Chrysler-built automobiles that year. Cornering was considered very good for a family car of the time. The test car's top speed was 106 miles an hour. However, the 1955 Daytona speed trials recorded a DeSoto Fireflight posting 112.58 miles per hour. The DeSoto from the Motor Trend test averaged 12.2 miles per gallon of gasoline, which was not unheard of for a full-sized, V8-powered automobile in the mid-1950s. Specifications. DeSotos this year came with a 126-inch wheelbase, were 217.9 inches long, and were 78.3 inches wide. The average shipping weight for a DeSoto this year was about 3,600 pounds. DeSoto had a very healthy model year production in '55, producing 37,725 Fireflights and 77,760 Firedomes. Both V8 engines available displaced 291 cubic inches. The horsepower difference was made up via carburation. The 185 horsepower Firedomes were equipped with Carter BBD 2176S, two-barrel carburetors, while 200 horsepower Fireflight models were fitted with Carter WCFB 2210S, four-barrel carburetors. Differential gear ratios for Firedomes were 3.1 to 1 as standard, 4.3 to 1 with overdrive, and 3.73 to 1 with Powerflight. Fireflights came with 3.73 to 1 as standard, 4.1 to 1 with overdrive and 3.54 to 1 with Powerflight. Conclusion. The 1955 DeSoto was, and still is, a head-turner. One would never have guessed that in just a few short years the brand would be discontinued altogether. The very last DeSoto to roll off the assembly line at Chrysler's Jefferson Avenue plant on November 30, 1960, was a 1961 two-door hardtop with a 361 cubic inch, 265 horsepower V8. Currently a '55 DeSoto Fireflight, in good condition, averages about $25,000 at a collector's auction, which is a testament to its attractive styling and dependability.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.